When people usually hear about financial planning, they're like, white guys. They're thinking of the finance bros or whatever. They don't think of a person that look like me with some knotless, what's that? Waist knotless talking about money. That's the reason why I wanted to become a financial planner. It's because I wanted to work with those who technically can't afford a financial planner. So the thing around it is my firm is flat on for advice only flat fee. What does that mean? That means is that I'm not going to charge you an AUM, which is assets under management. I'm going to charge you a flat fee of this is what it is, this is how we're going to talk or whatever. But I wanted to create this video or start creating videos and content around educating people on their personal finance journey, what it would come from the point of view of a financial planner. And that is why we're landing on this video here today, is how do I set up a financial plan when I ain't got a lot of money, honey? Because oftentimes financial planners worry about those with $500,000 in assets. I worry about people that don't even have $500 for their emergency. I'm real different. So my name is Nadia. I'm a financial planner as well as an educator. I help you understand their wallet while they build their wealth. In this video, we're going to break down some things, some steps to get started. I know you probably have heard about baby steps. I'm not going to try to step on any toes with that, but we're going to talk about these key steps that you can do to kind of build a financial plan in the meantime. There are a lot of platforms that I would probably suggest over the videos to come that talk about your financial plan. But when it comes to finances, it can become overwhelming, especially in a time and a season and an economy unprecedented that we keep seeing Black Mirror play over and over. And I know that financial anxiety and financial trauma are trending because it's really not mending what's going on between you and your wallet. I have this whole theory around the three phases of money, sorry Kappas, which is wallet creation, meaning you, this is right here, what you're understanding about your money, your paycheck, your budget, your savings, all of those things. And then we go over to the wealth creation. Wealth creation is about you investing in stocks, real estate, bonds, crowdfunding, all the things. And then wealth management is what a lot of financial planners do. I worry about all three, but a lot of them do not worry about the first one, which is the wallet creation. And this video is going to talk about building your financial plan within the wallet creation stage. So what the first one is for you to start with a simple budget. You've probably heard about 50, 30, 20, 70, 20, 10, or zero-based budget, or even what I love to call a reality of your money versus a ratio. So the thing is that I want you to create, understand what your budget looks like. It doesn't have to be fancy. While you know about these budgeting apps, these budgeting spreadsheets, all of that, it comes to getting an envelope. I don't have an envelope with me, do I? Yes, I do. And an envelope is that you write down every freaking thing. I have a blog post by the time this is probably going to be published talking about auditing your wallet, which you go pull the last 3 months of your spending, your paychecks, your paychecks, your bank statements, your credit card statements, everything, and look to know where you are with your money. And your budget is going to be the baseline and the foundation of it all. The reason why is because a budget is not restrictive. A budget is simply a plan for the money that you have. It will also show you if you need to make more money and you need more money to manage, or how you manage the money that you have. But the theory around this step is that when you understand what's going in and what's going out, you're able to see what can you build when it comes to a cash flow. A cash flow is simply when you have your bills, when you have your expenses, anything over will allow you to move over into your goals, such as down payment of a house, saving for a car, doing more for retirement, traveling, being flew out, honey, doing all the things. So whenever you figure out what's going on with your budget, you figure out what's going on with your expenses, then you figure out building out your cash flow. That step one is understanding your simple budget. The second one is one that the reason why I am making this video is because we're in a very unprecedented time, is that I want you to create an emergency fund. Not only an emergency fund, but emergency plan. I have a blog post up talking about that. The reason why is because no matter if you're seeing yourself having to find different funds or programs that you're in, and you find yourself getting laid off, you find yourself getting this, or find yourself in the hospital and you can't pay your bills, or find yourself the inflation is creeping in, the deflation of how much money you have to spend. Understanding when it comes to your emergency fund and your emergency plan is going to be very key. When you hear emergency fund, you're usually hearing this whole figure around 3 to 6 months or even longer to have this the case. So when you think about your emergency fund, think about this is how much it costs my life to run. Not the whole bells and whistles and all things that go. Your rent, your mortgage, your utilities, your gas, your food, certain things. That, not the, oh, I want to go get my hair done. We bet you got to figure it out. Better go to university. Better figure that out. But the thing that I want to bring out is that when you think about saving for 3 to 6 months, that seems a little bit daunting, don't it? I would think so. Hell, it was for me. The reason why I didn't save one a couple years ago. But when you come to curving and reframing your mind when it comes to your emergency fund, I want you to at least save 1 month. This is why when you're saving 1 month, you're able to see this is how long it's going to take. This is what I have to do it. Do I have to do a no spend, low spend? Do I have to actually cut back? Where am I going to park the money? Do I have a cadence of automating that fund over? Have I been watching what's going on with my budget? Has my budget changed any? What do I have to do to match this goal? Doing 1 month will allow you to find out what the energy that you need to have and how you need to match it consistently to hit that goal. So whenever you figure it out that you need to save 1 month, how much does that month look like? Can you at least, even if you need to take it a little step further, can I save $500 in that high yield savings account? And then what does an emergency look like? What am I considering to be an emergency? That is part of your planning of an emergency. So that's what I want to call out. So the step 2 is build your emergency fund as well as your plan. Step 3 is to set realistic goals. As your financial planner, I am telling you that you need to have some money goals, not necessarily on your vision board or what you see on TikTok or whatever. You need to have goals. Rather, it is $100 a month. You have a video talking about this. Rather, it is saving $1,000 a month. What are those goals? Those goals are SMART goals or bag goals. Bag goals are big goals, meaning you have a big goal to save. I want to save $1,000 this year. So let's break it down. This is what it's going to look like per quarter, per month, per week, per day. That's how you break down those goals. But the thing when it comes to working with a financial planner, we usually tell you to make short-term goals, medium-term goals, or mid-grade goals, or long-term goals. Here's the thing though, if you have those 3 pockets of goals, you're able to figure out how am I filling those pockets? What do I need to put into those pockets? And oftentimes when you have those goals, you backtrack into understanding these are the type of products that I need to have, and this is the type of positioning that I need to do to hit those freaking goals. Step number 4 is I want you to automate your savings. I know that you probably heard about paying yourself first, emergency fund, sinking funds. I have videos around those things, but I really want you to start at the core of paying yourself more. Remember we talked about having a cash flow, it was just like a little bit of a overflow. The thing is that even if you have $100 surplus, what are you going to do with that $100? I want you to at least split that $100. So yes, do something for you now, but do something for you later. I want you to retool and reframe how you see your savings. So say for instance, with me, I have a high yield savings account at Marcus. I have a high yield savings account at Ally. I have one of them earmarked for my emergency fund. So whenever I look at my budget for the month, I determine this is what I can do to go towards Marcus. This is what I can do to go towards Ally. And this is how I'm going to automate it. Automate everything. I know everybody listens to you do auto pay. We'll talk about this. Do not do auto pay until you understand what's going on with your accounts. I'm going to say that, and only do it for fixed things like rent, or your car payment or whatever. Do it on fixed things until you figure out your funds. That's a sidebar. You know I love to get sidebars. But I want you to automate your savings. Set it and forget it, but only check in to see what's going on. I know that we're noticing that the APY, which is the annual percentage yield of high yield savings accounts, of CDs, I have a blog post talking about CDs, are starting to dip. But honey, don't trip, because back in 2017, I had a high yield savings account with Marcus. and the APY was 1.50. And I know that we have seen APYs on Marcus, on Ally, on American Express, on whoever hitting the fives, and we're noticing that they're trying to moonwalk back. But do not allow that APY moonwalking back to make you subtract and not put money there. I do want you to keep an amount into your regular savings accounts for those emergencies that you need right then, but I do want you to start putting money over into those high yield savings accounts for the current you and for the future you. So you automating those savings, you setting it and forgetting it, but also it'll allow you to have some just in case something happens. That's the beautiful thing about having an emergency fund and plan. It's a beautiful thing about having a savings account or high yield savings account, having that money. Whenever you have to use it, do not feel bad. You have saved yourself. This whole notion that people have been saving, that no one is going to save you, you are doing the work now with the funds that you have now to save yourself for later. So set up within your direct deposit to say this amount of money is going to go to this amount of money is going to go to that, and this amount of money is going to go to my savings. Even if it is $25 a paycheck, $10 a paycheck, $5 a paycheck, it is some that's going to increase your sum due to the compound fund that comes with APYs. I try to make that rhyme, but I can't. But it's just also about letting your savings be a bill that you pay every paycheck. So that is the 4 that I want you to keep in mind when it comes to building your financial plan, no matter how much money you have. The theory around it is that I want you to take it's this creative that I just updated over the small things that make big impact. It's a video that I'm going to link to this that also goes into depth about the small things that make big impact. I want you to go and do that audit of your wallet to determine this is where I am with my money. Here are my goals, and here are some things that I can set as the foundation. So these 4 things that I just gave you, these having a simple budget, and let me tell you this, because I talked about this over on Reels, is that it is some people that have a budget for the year, but you know that you have different things that go throughout the year, right? You got Christmas, got holiday, got like sporting events or whatever you want to go to or whatever. Yes, you can have an outline of the budget that you want to have for the year, but I want you to check in with your budget every month, doing a reflection of what you spent the month before, understanding what's going on in the month to come, and then hitting the play, and then going ahead and checking in with your cash flow. I want you to understand your cash flow cycle is saying, I get paid this day on the month. I find out that I am a little bit lacking, some bills start subtracting, and then I might need to move it around so I do not find myself in the red. So don't be surprised if your budget does not it goes on red. You need to start reading through and reframing and retooling your money. The second thing is setting an emergency fund as well as emergency plan. I have a blog post on that. Next is setting realistic goals. Listen here. I know social media can be like smoke and mirrors and all over the place, but I want you to set goals upon what are you doing right now? What do you want to do? Just think about it. Let's just say this, short-term goals. It's like, what do I want to do by the end of this year or even next year? Do I want to open an IRA? Do I want to open this? Do I want to save this amount of money? Do I want to go travel? Do I want to do this? And then think about in the next 4 to 5 years, this is what I want to do. And this is your midterm goal. This is what it looks like. What does your life look like? And the next thing is I want you to think about the long term, which is like, do I have an estate plan? Do I have a will? Do I have a trust? Do I have life insurance? Do I have a beneficiary? Do I have a POD? That's how I want you to think about not only the goals, but how do you go about reaching those goals? So that's the thing with step 3, which is setting realistic goals. And number 4 is for you to automate your savings. I want people to really get critical, especially in this season, about saving their money, honey, and saving their money into a high yield savings account, a CD, and even a regular savings account. This is going to build your muscle. The budget is going to tell you the data, and then it's going to allow you to align those different steps when it comes to setting up a financial plan, no matter how much money you have in your hand. So let me know if you have any comments, questions, or whatever in the wallet or bank. We're trying to figure out what my description bar is going to be called. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to hit that notification hit that notification button and to give me a follow, and follow me on all forms of social media. They're going to be in the wallet, the bank below. Also, go ahead and sign up for my newsletter, and don't forget to stay funded. That's it.